Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be discussing B7.2 transport in mammals. So, the circulatory system. It is the main transport system in all mammals, including humans. It is a complex network of tubes, which are called blood vessels, along with the pump and valves that ensure one way flow. And the pump, in this case, is our heart. So, in humans and mammals, we have double circulations, which means it is made up of two separate pathways. So one pathway is from the heart to the lungs, and the second pathway is from the heart to the rest of the body, as you can see in this diagram right here. So the advantages of double circulatory system or the double circulation compared to just singular one, as you can see here in fish, is it is more efficient in general, can allow for higher blood pressure, which means more oxygen can be delivered at a faster rate, and oxygen hungry organs like our brain can grow larger and more complex. The heart in this diagram, the blue chambers of the heart are the ones where deoxygenated blood flows through, which means they're rich with carbon dioxide that need to be removed from the body. The red chambers are the ones that pump oxygenated blood, which means they have fresh oxygen and they are then delivered to the rest of the body. The direction of the blood flow, so blood that is carried away from the heart are arteries. Blood vessels that carry blood towards the heart are veins, and the drop-off point, or the point where the nutrients in the blood are then transferred to other cells in the body, are capillaries. They're the point between the artery and veins at which fresh oxygen is delivered to cells and waste carbon dioxide is then picked up. So you can see key blood vessels right here, the vena cava from the head, the pulmonary artery, the vena cava from the body, the vein from the liver, renal vein, vein from legs, kidneys, artery to the legs, the renal artery, intestines, aorta, pulmonary vein, artery to the head. As you can see here, especially in the intestines, where nutrients are picked up, that's where the capillaries will come to use, and you can see it's every part of the body. So coronary heart disease. So the diet affects your body, and if you have a diet which consists of a lot of fats and cholesterol, that leads up to the buildup of plaque, as you can see here. It deposits itself in the veins, the walls of the veins, or artery in this case. And it can build up to the point where it's then blocked, which can, and if there's a blood clot right there, it can cause a heart attack. As you can see, it's the side view right here. You can also see it gets narrower and narrower the more fat that builds up. But an unhealthy diet is also not the only factor. So you have other factors such as genes, your age, so your blood vessels grow weaker as you grow older. So gender as well. Males have a higher chance of getting CHD. The more stress you take, the higher chance you have. And smoking plus other substance abuse. Arteries. They have thick, strong walls and elastic tissue, both which help the vessel to withstand the forces due to higher blood pressure in the arteries. As the blood is pumped from the heart, that means they have high blood pressure. Then capillaries, they're extremely thin, extremely narrow, and high branched, as you can see here. It maximizes the efficiency of oxygen, nutrient, and waste exchange between the blood and tissues by minimizing diffusion distances, slowing blood flow, and ensuring widespread distribution to nearly every cell in the body. So these are very, very tiny branches that branch out to basically every cell in the body to make sure nutrients are delivered everywhere. And you have veins. There's a typo here, ignore that. Veins have very thin walls due to lower pressure, so they don't need thick arteries, thick walls, sorry. Due to the low blood pressure, they don't need thick walls. They have lots of valves to stop blood from flowing the opposite direction. So since they have low blood pressure, that means there's a chance the blood will just stop and start flowing the other directions. That's why you have valves which open and close, which will be shown in the next slide. Then you have large lumen, which is just the inner area. They have a large inside area to allow for more blood flow. Again, since there's low blood pressure, that means blood will flow slower. So in order to compensate for that, they have larger inner areas to carry more blood. So you can see here the valves opening and closing. So if you have a diseased or damaged vein valve, the blood will flow back. But if you have a healthy valve like this, then it will just stop it from flowing back, as you can see. There are four main components of blood: the red blood cells, which transport oxygen and other nutrients to your body. They're the transport trucks. You have platelets, which help with blood clotting in case of injury. So if you get scratch, or if you get cut, you can observe the scab. That's what platelets are. They clot the opening of the wound and stop blood from flowing out. So white blood cells, which are the army of your body, or uh, main part of your immune system. They fight off pathogens. And your plasma, which is the liquid that all these parts flow in. So red blood cells, you have about 25 trillion of them in your body. They're disc shaped, which allows for more surface area, and they're able to carry more. Primarily oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other nutrients. They're packed with hemoglobin, which is how oxygen is transported or locks onto basically the red blood cells. So you need hemoglobin in order to transport oxygen. You have about 250 million of them per blood cell. And the red blood cells don't have a nucleus, so they lose their nuclei shortly after being made, which again makes them have more space to carry more oxygen. So you'll see a trend here in this chapter where everything is done in order to just maximize the amount of nutrients that you're able to get. So anemia is the disease when your body is unable to produce enough red blood cells. You can see symptoms here: weakness, fatigue, cracked lips, drowsiness, heartache, hair fragility, paler skin, dry skin, nail change. And then, as you can see, prevention, how you can prevent them: eat meat, eggs, liver, berries, and stuff like that. So, white blood cells, they fight foreign antigens in your body. As you can see, it engulfs and destroys unwanted agents in your body, as you can see here on the right. So, summary is: arteries have thick walls, elastic tissue. Capillaries are extremely thin, extremely narrow, and highly branched. Veins have thin walls, lots of valves, large lumen. Four main components of blood, like we discussed: the red blood cells, platelets, white blood cells, and plasma, and then also coronary heart disease. Thank you for watching, and we wish you luck with your upcoming IGCSE exams.